Hi everyone, welcome back to the series of building React application using Redux. In the previous video, that is part 7, we implemented like functionality. That is adding like reaction to a post. Okay. In today's video, we are going to implement comment functionality, that is adding a comment to post. Let me show you what exactly we're going to implement in this video. See, this is the, let's say when user clicks on comment button, we should display a comment section where there should be a input box to enter comment and then a button to add comment to post, or else even the user can press enter key to add a comment to post. And then if at all any comments are there, existing comments are there, and then replies, we should display them under comment section. That is what we are going to implement as part of this video. If you haven't seen the previous videos in this series, please make sure to watch them first. I will add all the previous videos in the code section for your convenience. Watch them and then come back to this video to follow along seamlessly. Let's go to VS Code. And then add one event, and then go to post actions component. Here let me add on click event, for which we should pass one event handle function, that is toggle comment box, for which let's pass post ID. This is the ID of post for which we want to display comment section. Let's save it and then go to top and then implement the event handler function. Let me copy this toggle comment box here, pass post ID. Okay. So now we should add a definition or implementation inside this. Before that, let me add let me initialize one state variable, that is active comment box using useState hook. Let me add this first. Set active comment box using useState hook and pass initial value as null. This state variable we use to keep track of the post for which we are going to display comment section. Why? Because if comment section is already displayed for that post, when user clicks on comment button, we should actually hide that comment section. If it's not displayed, we should show the comment section. For that, I'm keeping track of that in the state variable, that is active comment box. Okay. When user clicks on comment button, we're gonna check that condition whether to display or hide comment section by updating the state variable. Set active comment box. This is updating the state of active comment box state variable based on previous state. Okay. For that, what I'm going to do is, if previous post ID is equal to the post ID, that is current post ID, that means the comment section is already displayed for that post. In that case, we should hide. For that, we should update the state with null value. If it's not equal to the previous post ID, then it's a new post for which we want to display or show comment section. In that case, set the update the state variable with the post ID. Okay. This is about implementing toggle comment box event handler. Now let's go to the bottom. Here, what we are going to do is, we are going to add a condition, that is if active comment box, if active comment box is equal to the post id, is equal to the post id. Okay, in that case, we should display, in that case we should display comment section. In that case we should display comment section. Okay, for that let me add div tag. Okay, inside this let me add styles as well. Okay, margin top 4, top 4. Inside that let me add one more div tag where I can keep my input section as well as button, where I can keep my input section as well as button. Okay, class name, this is a display is flex, display is flex, justify between items center, border, and then rounded. Okay, now inside this let me add input box, let me add input box of type text, and then placeholder, add a comment, placeholder, add a comment, and then value, and then value. So here the thing is, when user enter comment in comment section, we should get hold of that value. Why? Because we should add that comment to the post. For that let me add a state variable here again. Let me add a state variable, comment, set comment. This is to store comment value. This is to store comment value. Initial will be null, initial value will be null. Okay, initial value will be null. Let me pass null here. Okay, and then let me use this value inside input box for value property. Okay, this is a comment. And the next thing is, let me add one event, on change event. We should update the state variable, that is comment state variable. For that let me update set comment to e dot target dot value. Okay, this is about on change event. Along with that we should add one more, that is on key down. On key down, what we have to do is, on key down we should add this comment to post. Okay, this comment to post. For that let me add a event handler, for now let me add a event handler, that is add comment, Okay, before that what we have to do is, if the condition is, we should check for condition, that is if e dot key equals to enter, then only we should add our comment to, then only we should add our comment to see post. Okay, for that let's, if it is enter key, then only we should add our comment, that is add comment, let's call add comment method, for which we should pass post id as well as comment is e dot target dot value, Okay, let me format this, seeing error here. Okay, started, then if at all this is equal. Okay, is the issue here. we are actually returning multiple elements inside JSX. We should not do that. Let me add a fragmentation. Let me add a fragmentation. It should work. Yeah. Okay. Now it works. The issue gone. So when user clicks on enter key, then we should add comment. And then there is one more event. Either user can click on or press enter key or click on button. So for that, let me add one more event. Let me add one more event, that is on click. On click, what we have to do is we should call again the same add comment. We should call again the same add comment, for which we pass comment. Okay. Okay. Now the thing is, we are now done with designing our, okay, let me add class, CSS styles for input as well. We haven't done that. Okay. For this, let me add padding 2, then width full, focus, outline none. Okay. Let's save it. Now let's go and check. Inside browser how it looks. Okay. Now let's go and check inside browser how it looks. Okay. Let me go to there. Okay. We are seeing add comment is not defined. Okay. We added this event handler, but we haven't implemented this thing. Okay. Let me add that thing. Let me add, and then I will show you how it looks on browser. Okay. Let me add this add comment. Okay. For now, I simply log the comment in console. Okay. For now, I simply, which takes post ID, post ID and comment. Okay. Here, I simply log the statement in console. I simply log the statement in console. Is there error here? Sorry. Yeah. Now let's go to application and then see. Now when I click on here, I'm now seeing the input box to enter comment, but we haven't added a button here. Let me add that. Before that, let me try pressing enter and then see whether the comment logs in console or not. Okay, let's go to console and then try entering test. Okay, press enter. See, you see here we are getting the comment logged in console. What is the error here? A component is changing uncontrolled but is controlled. Okay, what is the error here? Post actions. This is a warning. Okay, we can ignore. Changing a controlled input likely caused value changing from undefined to a defined value, which should not happen. Decide between using a controlled or uncontrolled input element for the lifetime of the component. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, now we are successfully able to add comment, but let me add even enter button as well here. Let me add enter button. Let me go to VS Code. And then add enter button. Okay, and then add enter button here. Go inside. Yeah, here after input, let me add. After input, let me add. Before that, we should actually import. Icon from React icons. Import bold PI send be a solid send icon. Okay, I'm going to use this. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Let me copy and then add it here. For which I'm going to add some styles. Okay, here what I'm going to do is, whenever user enter comment in comment section, then the color of button should change to blue. Okay, color of button should change to blue. For which what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add a condition. That is, if at all comment is there in the comment section, comment is entered by user in comment section, comment input box, what I'm going to do is, I simply change the color of button to blue. Okay, color of button to blue. That means user can press enter or click on send to add a comment. If it's not having any comment in comment box, I simply set the color of button to gray. Okay, color of button to gray. That's it. This is about style. Now again here what we have to do is, we should add one more event, that is on click event. Okay, we did wrong here. Where it is, we added on click here, not here. We should add on click here. It's my mistake, it's my bad, sorry. Yeah, we should add on click event for this button. Okay, on click. Okay, let me close this. On click, we should actually add a comment to post. Okay, now let me go to application and then see how it looks. Okay, you see here. Now let me enter. See, now color of that send button changed to blue. No comment is there, it will be in gray color. Now let's test this button as well. Okay, let me add test. And then click on this button. See, now we are successfully logging the comment inside console, but we have to add it to the post. For that we have to do one more thing. That is, before implementing the functionality to add comment to post, let me do some changes in the post slice. Let me do some changes in the post slice, where we actually maintaining the state as well as dispatch methods. Okay, now here, come here, let me add some dummy comment data for both the existing ports, for two of the post data available as of now. Okay, for that let me add here comments. It's an array of objects. That is containing comment data. ID is 1 for the, this is for the first post we are adding comment. Okay, this is a dummy data for now. I will show you adding the real data as well once we implement the function to add a comment. Okay, and then comment first, after that date comment, first comment, and then date. I'm using a utility from date. I'm using an utility from date fns to subtract minutes from date. Okay, date minutes 5. Okay, minutes 5 dot to ISO string. Okay, this is about date. Next is ID comment date, and then next is replies. Initially replies for any comment, replies for any new comment will be empty. Okay, let's leave it as empty. Later we can add that, but for now I'm actually leaving it as an empty. Let's save this and then copy this and add it to the, okay, one sec. let me copy this and add it to the second post as well. Yeah, after reactions, this is id1 second comment, and then let's change minutes to 10. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to add comment to post. For that we should define one dispatch method. Okay, for that we should add one dispatch method. There is a function to add a comment. Okay, let me add here comment added, for which we should pass two arguments again, same as the above. That is current state and then action, current state and action. Okay, inside it what we have to do is we should actually extract the values needed for our comment. Okay, for that let me add const from this. Let's get post id, next is comment. All these values we should pass while adding a comment to post. Okay, that we see in the post actions component. We handle that functionality in the add comment method. Okay, comment date id and then replace. Okay, we extract these values from action dot payload. Okay, action dot payload. Now what we have to do is we should first retrieve the existing post for which we are adding comment. For that, const existing post equal to state dot post, state dot find inside this. What we have to do is we should iterate through all existing posts and then find the matching post, and then find the post matching to this post id, Okay, for that what we are going to do is post.id equal to post id equal to post id, which will return the post matching to this post id, Okay, now if we have an existing post, that means it's not an empty. We got the results for matching post id. Okay, if that is the case, then what we have to do is we should simply update the comments, that is using push method, push method, comments dot push, because comments is an array of objects. So if you want to add a new object, we can use push method. Okay, for which we should pass comment, for which we should pass an object, containing id, comment date and then replace. Okay, replace. This will add comment to an existing post. Now let me add this, or let me export this dispatch method to create an action objects. Okay, now we are now done with this. We are now done with adding dispatch action as well, dispatch method. Now let's go and use this inside our post actions. See, when we click on add, we are passing post id and then comment. So here what we are going to do is inside add comment, what I can do is I can simply add a dispatch method or dispatch action, or use dispatch method comments added to add comment to post. Okay, for that, if comment dot trim not null, okay, not empty, in that case what I'm going to do is I simply use dispatch. Okay, let me add dispatch here. Const, let me declare dispatch equal to use dispatch. use dispatch, and then use this dispatch to dispatch comments added, okay, for which we should pass an object, containing post id, if you see what all the values we are extracting from the action payload, we should pass all of them. That is, you see here, post id, comment, date, id, and replace. Okay, in the same way, go here, post id, and then comment, and then date, that is the current time, date and time, that is new date dot iso string, and then id, nano id. Nano id is an utility which generates a random ids. Okay, and then replace. As I said, replace will be empty initially. Replace for any comment, any newly added comment will be empty. Replace an empty array. Okay, replace an empty array. Now, okay, now let me save this. And then test whether the comment added by user is getting added to the post data or not. Okay, post data or not. For that, let's go to application. Now here, come here, let's refresh. Before that, I have to do one thing here. Why? Because we are actually reading the state, all the post data, everything from the local storage. But now inside local storage, we haven't we don't have a latest data. That is, we added comments, dummy comments data to our what I can say, post data, but it's not there. So let me remove that post data, I mean local storage, and then let me refresh so that we can check. We should actually have the latest data. Now the comments, you see here, it even have comment data as well. Okay, now let's see adding comment. For an existing post. If you see here now, let me go to show you for the second post. Let's say if you take this, for the second post, we have only one comment. Right? There is comment, second comment. Let me add a new comment and then see whether it the comments data gets updated or not. For that, let's click on comment, test comment, and then click here. Okay, and then click here. If you see now, second comments, let me little bit. Yeah, if you see here, it added second comment to the second post. Okay, second comment to the second post. Now what we have to do is we should actually display the comments, but here it's not getting cleared. Let me update my code to clear this comment added by user after adding the comment. For that, let's go to post actions component, and here after entering the after adding comment, what I have to do is I would like to simply set the comment to, that is update comment to null. Okay, null. Now let's test it. Let me go to application, refresh. Now let me add one more comment, test comment 1, and then click on. Before that, let's go to application data, that is local storage. Inside local storage, we have posts. Inside post, for which we are adding a comment for second post. Right now, let me add this. Click on here. Okay, added, but it's not getting clear. Why? We check. Let me check here. We are actually using comment. Is the cause here? Let me check that. Okay, let me set it to empty. I think what is the initial value? Stuff null. Let me see. Then here as well. Let's make it. Now let's go to application. Now let's go to application and then see. Okay, now let me refresh. Let me add one more comment. Test comment 3. Test comment 3 and then click on here. Yeah, now it's gone. Now we are actually setting it to empty. Okay. With this, we are actually adding a comment, but we are not displaying the existing comments. For that, let me go to post actions component, and then below here, just below our comment section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to display the existing comments, if at all there are any existing comments. Okay, if at all there are any existing comments. For that, just below, okay, here only, not there, just below this, what I'm going to do is I simply add one more div. With a margin top 2. Just below comment box, we want to display our existing comments. Okay, where let me add one more condition, that is post dot comments. If at all there are any comments for the post, what we have to do is we should simply loop through all comments and then display the data Okay, simply loop through all comments and then display the data. Okay, inside it we want to display the data. Okay, for that, let me display the data. Div, inside div, what I'm going to do is I simply add comments dot comment, and then along with that we should add that creation time, comment creation time, as well as like and replay buttons, Okay, for that, let me add inside this, we want to display reaction time, that is post creation time, not reaction time. For that, let me use an existing components time ago, for which I should pass timestamp equal to comment.date, comments dot date. Okay, comments dot date. Okay, let me import this time ago. Let me import time ago component. Time ago. From time ago. Okay. We already have a component here. We already have a component to display the creation time, either post or comment, whatever. So I'm using the existing component only. So I would like to suggest one more thing here. If you are not sure about all these components, or if you haven't seen the videos till part 7, I I highly suggest you to watch all the videos from part 1 to part 7 before watching this to catch along. Okay, I will add the playlist in the card section. Please watch it so that you will understand what exactly we are doing here. Okay, what exactly we are doing here. Now here, let me add this time ago. Okay, what we are getting here. Okay, let me add fragmentation. Since we are returning multiple, let me add a fragmentation. Now it's good. Let's format. So after time, we should display one more thing, that is like button. It's a like, and then reply, and then reply, and then reply. Let's save. Let's format, and then go and check in the application. Let's go to the application. If you see here, it's already displaying existing comments, but it's not well formatted. Let me format them. Let me add some styles to format it properly. For that, what I'm going to do is, let me add styles to first this div. Okay, that is going to be, okay, let me add padding on y-axis, that is 1, and then on x-axis 2. Okay, on x-axis 2, and then let me add a border. And then let me rounded cell, then text gray, border color gray, 300, border color, background color as well, easy gray, 300. Okay, this is about outer div. For comment, these are the styles for comment. Let's save it. And then I would like to add one more style here. There is an external style. Okay, what I want to do here is, I want to display the comment, or I want to add a display as inline block instead of block. That means I want to take my div entire space of page, that is entire width. I want to make it inline display. For that, let me add inline style. Okay, this, let me add inline style here, style. Okay, display inline block. Okay, and then now coming to this div, I want to make it flags. So I want to see, if you look at in the application, everything will be in the same horizontal axis. Okay, for that, I'm going to use flex display, items center, space between flex items is 4, and then margin bottom 2. Okay, and then margin bottom 2, that is for external. Now coming to the like and then reply buttons. Class name for like, text small, and then cursor pointer. Okay, cursor pointer. The same will be for reply as well. The same will be for reply as well. Let's save it. Let's save it, and then now check. And then now check in the application how exactly they are looking. Okay, how exactly they are looking. You see here now, we added these many comments. Okay, we added these many comments. Now if you see here, we have a like, a reply, and then comment creation time. Okay, comment creation time. And then when we click on comment, if the comment section is already displayed, it should hide, right? If you see here now, it's hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. Now what the thing we have to do is, we added functionality to add a comment. We added functionality to display existing comments, but we haven't added functionality to add a reply as well as to display an existing reply. To add a reply as well as to display an existing reply. For that, what we have to do is, let's go to post actions. Let's go to post actions component, and then okay, let me go to post actions component, and then add functionality to add a reply as well as to display an existing replies. For that, let's go to VS Code, and then add a functionality. See here now, the thing is, we are actually displaying existing comments as well as reply and then like buttons. Now when we click on this reply, we should actually handle that event. Okay, now let me add that on click. What I want to do is, I want to handle or add reply. Okay, before that we should actually toggle. See how we did for comment, right? We should actually display comment section for, reply section for the comment. For that, let me add toggle reply for which we should pass the comment ID. For which comment we are going to add. If you see here, we are having access to comments. Inside these comments, we want to provide the ID. Now we should actually handle this. Go to top here. You see here, yeah, here const, okay, toggle reply for which we are passing comment ID. Okay, comment ID. This is for which comment we want to display reply section. Okay, again in the same way how we did for comment section, we are going to use one more state variable to keep track of the comment for which we are displaying the reply section. Okay, for this we are displaying the reply section. What I can do is, I can simply do reply box, active reply box, and then set active reply box. Okay, initially it will be null. Inside event handler function, what we are going to do is, in the similar way how we added logic for our toggle comment box method, in the similar way we are going to use toggle reply, but here instead of post ID we are going to use comment ID. Now once we have this logic, we can simply go to bottom of our inside our comment section, right? This is a comment section. Inside here, let's go here, let's go to, this is the div for comment section, that is here. Go here, add one more condition, that is if active reply box and comment and comments.id and comments.id is equal, then we should display replay section. Okay, then we should display replay section, right? So inside now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to display a replay section. I'm going to display a replay section containing an input box to enter replay, as well as here also either we can add a reply to comment either pressing a button or pressing an enter key. Okay, pressing an enter key. For that, let me add replay section here. Replay section here, div, inside div. Okay, let me add class names, that is styles, margin left 10. I want to have a some extra margin for this replace to differentiate between the comment and then replay. Okay, comment and replay. Flex display, justify between items, center, border, border, rounded. Okay, inside this div, I want to have a one input box. I want to have a one input box. Type text, then placeholder, placeholder, add a reply, add a reply. Okay, add a reply, and then value will be, okay, in the similar way how we added how we handle that comments state, we handle similar way for reply as well. Okay, let me add a state variable for reply, reply set reply. Initially it will be empty. Okay, now let me assign this state variable to value property inside reply section. Inside reply section, here again on change event, on change we want to update the state of reply, state of reply state variable. Set reply, set reply e dot target dot, sorry, dot target dot value, e dot target dot value, and then we should handle, one more event, that is on key down. On key down, what we want to do is, we should check for condition, that is if it's enter key, if it's enter key, we should add reply to comment, okay. Enter key should simply add reply, for which we should pass comment id, which we should pass comments dot id. Okay, here we have already comments dot id, and then reply, okay, should pass comment id and then reply here is e dot target dot value, which we are entering in the reply input box. Okay, this is about adding reply. After adding reply, what we want to do is we should simply set to empty. That we'll do later. Okay, now we are done with adding a event, that is on key down. Next, let's add a send button as well for this reply section. It is similar to how we added for our comment section. In the similar way, here as well add reply, for which we should pass id, sorry, comments id, and then reply, here reply. I check what when comments why. Inside here, okay, check This is okay. Let me do one thing. I'm actually displaying it outside. We copy this, cut it and paste inside this. This is a replace comment section, right? The section. Let me add this section. Sec. Yeah, now it's gone. Still it's saying this dot spell mistake. Yeah, now it's gone. Let's format it. Now we are actually displaying comments inside comment section. I mean reply inside comment section only. Okay, here we added now button as well. Let me test. Let me add a function add reply. Add reply. Before that we should do one thing here. That is for which we are passing comment ID as well as reply. Okay, reply. We first log the comment reply inside a console. Like, okay, save this and then test. We save this and then test. Let's go to application. Let's refresh. Try here. Yes, and then click on here. It's not working properly. Let me check the code. It's not working. Let me check the code. Because we are actually clicking on reply, right? Let's go to when we click on inside toggle reply box, what we are doing here. Okay, we haven't say replace this with active reply box, that is set active. Let's save it. Now let's test. Let's go to application on a comment. So E is not defined. Let's go to VS Code and we click on reply button. What's happening here? It's saying E is not tested. Save. Then see. Click on here on reply. It's throwing a same error. Just now hit it right. Oh, I understood. Save it. Okay, go to application, click on comment, click on reply. Yep. Now if you see here, we are actually getting, let's just but see the difference here and here. It's actually not properly aligned because it's not taking the complete space. Okay, let me check it. Exactly the issue here. So we are actually having a reply box inside it. Then the issue here, say check this. It here. See now. See. Okay, it's now still again issue here. Issue here. Let me go to then check. Display. This is the thing we are missing here. So this is the div side. Add styles to input box. Okay, adding to width full, then plus line none. Save this. Let me save this. Now go to application and then check. Yeah, it's now clear. Now let me check. Let me go to console, then check when we add a reply what it happens. Test reply. Okay, test reply. Click on either send button or enter, whatever. Okay, we'll test for both. See, it's now logging the reply in console. Let me test for enter as well. We test for enter as well. See, now even for enter, but it's not getting clear. That we'll add it later. Now let's handle adding reply to a comment. For that, what we have to do is, for that we should do changes in the post slice file. Go to file there, and then we should actually add one dispatch method here. That is, after comment added, what we can do is simply add more dispatch method, that is reply added, which pass the current state and then action. In the similar way, we should extract values for our reply, how we did for comment. In the similar way, we should extract values for our reply as well. That is const post id comment id. Why? Because we should first identify the post and then comment, for which we want to add a reply. Okay, for that, post id, comment id, reply, then reply date id. Okay, reply date and then id from the action payload, the action dot payload. Okay, the action dot payload. Now let's get the existing post. Okay, for that we can copy the logic from the above with this, then add here. Now we should get the existing comment. Okay, we should get the existing comment from the existing post. Okay, for that existing comment equal to existing comment equal to, in the similar way how we retrieved an existing post, we do the same way. Okay, here what we can do is from the existing post and then access comments dot find. We should iterate or loop through all comments. We should loop through all comments. Okay, all comments. We should loop through all comments and then retrieve the comment matching with the comment ID. Retrieve the comment matching the comment ID we passed. Comment ID we passed while adding reply. Okay, we should get the an existing comment. Now check for the empty condition. If it's not empty, that is if the existing comment is available, we simply go and update the replies. We simply go and update the replies for that existing comment. Okay, for that what we can do is simply use push method. Why? Because replace is also an array. Replace is also an array of objects. Okay, an array of objects which contains again id, date, reply. Okay, reply. I simply push an object. I simply push an object that is id, reply, and then date. Reply and then date. Reply and then date. Okay. With this, we are now done with adding an dispatch method. Let's add it to the export section so that our slice creates action objects which we can access from the component. Now let's go to post actions component here. Let's go to the add reply method. So inside add reply method, in the similar way how we dispatched action comment added, similarly we dispatch reply added comment. Okay, reply added comment for which we should actually check for condition before, in the similar way how we did it for comments. Okay, if reply dot in not equals to empty. Okay. If the reply is not empty, then we should handle dispatch of reply added action. Okay, dispatch of reply added action, for which we should pass post id, comment id, post id, comment id. Okay, here actually we forgot to add one more thing here. In add reply, we should even pass the post id as well. Okay, post id as well. For that, what we can do is here add post dot id. Okay, same here, post dot id. Save and go back to the implementation. Go back to implementation. Here comment id, post id, okay, post id, and then reply, and then date is current date when user adds a reply. Okay, that is current date. This was string, and then id of reply. Okay, the id of is id for which we use nano id to generate random id of reply. Okay, this we are now done with adding a reply. Once we add reply, what we want to do is we should actually see state here. Then once we are done with adding reply, what we have to do is we should set reply to null. should update the reply statement, reply variable, sorry, reply state variable to empty. Okay, now let's save this. Now let's save this and then go to application and then go to application and test it. Okay, go to application and test it. Okay, let's go to application and test it. Now come here, on here, let's try adding a reply. Just reply. I do this. It's now successfully adding a reply and then making empty, but we are not displaying replies. Okay, if you want to check, we now added reply to second post, right? Go to local storage, click on post and then go to second post and then inside comments expand. We added reply for first, that is first comment, that is second comment. Expand this and then see replies here. What we added here, test reply. So it's successfully adding a reply to our post data. But now what we have to do is we should actually display the existing replies for a comment, For that we can simply do one thing here. Go to VS Code and then come down to reply section. Our reply is getting added here, right? So just below this div, okay, just below this div, simply show replies. Okay, to simply display the existing replies. Okay, existing replies. For that, what we want to do here is simply get the reply data. From the post and then show under comment section. For that, here what I can do is I can simply add one more condition, how we added for comments in the similar way. Simply come here, not here, out of this, then this, get this, replies if comments are available, sorry, if replies are there. We should simply show replies. Okay, we should simply show replies for a given comment. Okay, here check for comment dot replies dot map. Okay, map, get the reply data and then iterate over reply, each reply. Get the reply data and then iterate over each reply. Okay, inside here, let me add div. Okay, inside div, let me add a reply data, as well as for each reply we should even display what I can say, like, and then reply again if you want to reply to an existing reply. Okay, for that, first let me get the reply here, and in the similar way, let me add. This thing is we should even show the reply creation time. Okay, for that I'm using time ago again, for which I pass timestamp, that is reply dot date. Okay, and then after that we should display like, and then display reply for each reply. Okay, these are the things we should okay, These are the things we should display. Again, in the similar way, okay, these are the things we should show for a given reply. Now let me save this and then go back to, then go back to, then go back to application. Okay. Now check. Let's just refresh it. Just refresh and then yeah. See, currently we don't have any replies. Okay, currently we don't see, we already have a reply. See, if you see here, test reply, it's showing here, but it's not properly aligned. It's not properly aligned. Let me add some styles to make it look beautiful. Okay, for that what I can do is I can simply add some styles to outer div first, that is class name. Okay, class name. Here the thing is, we want to, again we want to display having a margin of 10, that is the left margin. Okay, then here let's add a display flex. Okay, this is just comment, right? For comment we don't require a flex display. Simply what I can do is I can simply copy the values from, comment section where we are displaying comment. This is a comment, right? Then inline, let's copy this, then paste it here. Let's copy, paste. Now we are now done with adding styles for reply. In the similar way, let's copy, yeah, let's copy its name onwards. Okay, this similar way, this style as well. Can let's save. Now go to application. Now go to application and then see now it's properly aligned. You see here, for this comment we added this reply. Let me add a reply now to this and then see whether it shows or not. Okay, reply test reply, test reply for and comment. Okay, on here, see how it's doing the reply for our second comment. Okay, our second comment. So this is all about adding comments. Now let's go to view post here, whether this works or not. We should even check whether that comment functionality working fine when we view the post in a single page. Let's see here. Let's add one more reply for our comment. Test reply for third comment, then see, add it here. It's now displaying here. Let's go to the post, then see whether, see now it's displaying properly. So with this we are now done with adding our comment functionality for a post. We can do for anything. We can do for any post. We can add comments. Okay, we can add comments. Test comment added, then add a reply as well. Test reply here as well. Test reply. So in this way we can add, in this way we can add. So one more thing is, after adding a replay, we are still seeing that replay section, right? We can hide it as well. Let me go to VS Code, and then after adding our replay, let me update the state of active replay box. That is this. We should update it to null. So if we update it to null, is add replay. Okay. Here, this simply set it to null. Now let's test. So let's test it, then see whether it works or not. Okay, let me go to application. Here, click on here, try to add a comment first. Third comment, third comment on here. Now let me add a replay for it. So after adding replay, now this replay box should be hidden. Okay, just type for third comment. Click on here. See, now the replay section is getting disappear after adding a comment. Okay, with this we are now done with adding a comment functionality for a post. So this is all about today's video, where we implemented comment functionality, that is adding a comment to a post as well as adding reply to comment. This is all about today's video. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. Thanks a lot.